Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. Let's get going. I'm going to keep this nice and short. Bear with me for one moment. Let me just close this door, keep the noise out. Not that there's not much noise in my office. Anyway, right. Now, so we have hit the May 20 support. And so, yeah, if we close lower here, then we're potentially coming right the way down to 2021 lows. Fed day on Wednesday. So 40-year high in inflation on Friday. Jobs are holding up, but the issues around the global economy are extenuating. We have, although we have decent levels of unemployment, we have a geopolitical issue in Eastern Europe. We have a commodity super cycle, and we are well and truly in a interest rate cycle, hence the issue around the Fed on Wednesday. So there is a possibility that the Fed could even raise rates higher than the 50 basis points projected. So at the moment, we gap down. So any attempt to close that gap on this market. Why can't I grab the pen here? Any attempt to fill the gap, which is there at 31.5, could get sold into. Let's look at the DAX. Same picture. We look as if we are 2021 lows is just underneath here, 250 pips underneath, and the FTSE is similar. Dollar index. Dollar is very strong, so oil has got real relative strength. All these key commodities are traded in dollars, so what the dollar does is important. That is shifting, that's changing, but in the meantime, the dollar is still key. Until the time when Bitcoin is, what cryptocurrencies are playing a much more wider role. I projected this Bitcoin to come down here because that's a gap filling a gap created in December 2020. So if we carry on, we look as if we can hit 17,700, and who knows, maybe even lower. So we're coming down on volume. We keep closing lower on this daily chart. We have done for 5-6+ days now. So Bitcoin is still very much lower. Gold, big push up on the inflation announcement, but with the averages are clustered in here. So if we stay down here and the averages cross over, we could still be heading lower. You know, that push only went right into the 50-day average, so that was not a convincing move higher. And the silver is very similar. Must be, yeah. So if the silver closes down here, that is going to potentially come and find 20, maybe even lower at this stage. You know, the dollar is that strong. Let's look volatility index. Shooting up, so we could go back to that higher if we any higher, and then we could see some extreme moves. Well, we've already got some pretty drastic moves going on right now. Stocks. Let's look at the banks first. Lloyd's. So we've hit the 20-day average and we are toppling lower. We could potentially come down to 40. Barclays, it was 170, that's dropped to 150 and looks lower. So that was a major resistance area up there at 170. Struggle with it in March this year, dropped down here from mid-March, and now the June highs are selling into. It's also triple witching on Friday as well. So let's look at retail. My short in Card Factory is working out really well. Talked about this for a few weeks now. This was, again, just like the banks, where I've just shown you, major resistance point. We're up here in July 21, August 21, January, and now May and June. I'm looking for this to really crack lower. I think we can come back down to 45 and potentially go and find 30 and go and find the low of this trend line. All right, we have got some support here, but I think it's still shortable, but obviously you've got to try and catch any mini rally on that one and be very careful of your stop and manage your risk. Airlines, I think these airlines, I think they've been tricky. I think they've been good shorts at many occasions over the last, since the pandemic and post-pandemic. And these guys are very good at hedging oil, so they've been outside of the high oil price, but that will now kick in once their hedge reserves, their hedged oil runs out and they start buying oil on the current price levels. Ticket prices are going to go up, and consumers are already coming back anyway. So that was EasyJet. Let's look at that's IAG. This is EasyJet. So we are coming into March lows. We could potentially go and find that 274. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see that 274. Right. W.H. Smith's. Wow. Really falling out the tree. Next. So, I mean, yeah, this is got to be one of the most vulnerable sectors. Let's look at Boo. Boo looks as if we're coming into 2022 lows and could go lower. All right, so let's look at miners. So I'm in this Pan-African. It's not going great at the moment. We've got moving averages above us. We've got a lower close. The volumes are tailing off. So even this miner looks vulnerable. Pan-African, PAF. So what can you buy? Because even the gold is coming off. There are, well, you could obviously, if you don't want to participate in all this selling, you can sell something like Card Factory and even some of the other retailers. You could short the airlines. There's other retailers like I think this shoe is a sell signal. Shoe Zone, that's a short to 154 with a stop above 178. Don't trade with money you cannot afford to lose, and manage your risk at all times. Even Sainsbury's, that's just coming right off Tesco's. We had this big drop on the 13th of April, and the subsequent highs just got struggled, and now we are lower. All right, I'll leave it there. So I'm short Card Factory, scaling out of my longs, managing my longs. I mean, something like ASOS. Yeah, these are just breaking support on volume. So be very careful. All right, hope that helps. I'm doing a Traders Summit on Thursday. I will just find the link for you. I drag this over. If you go to the day, I'm talking about day trading. Here, so you go onto the Learning Center and drop down to day trading, and then click on this Mad Hedge Fund Traders link. But it's free. Some fantastic traders talking over a 3-day period. There's, if you scroll down, there's the list. I'm on the 15th at, this is 9 AM Eastern time, so it's 2 PM UK time, 1 PM European time, and join us. It's going to be fun. All right, thanks very much. And any questions, by the way? Any questions? So I didn't see you guys come in. Anything you want me to look at? I've just done a quick scan. But if you want me to go back over something, that's fine. I don't know, not sure what you saw, what time you came in, but AMD, right, okay. Chipmaker. Looks lower. It's the very, very common pattern in today's market. Right. Well, I tell you what, I mean, this has been just coming off. It's been a lower close on Friday the 3rd, pin bar on Monday the 6th. So this has been a short. I'm not shorting these. To me, these are good quality stocks that are. I'm shorting vulnerable stocks in vulnerable sectors like retail. But obviously, this is rolling over as well, like so many stocks with incredibly weak indices. Anything else you want me to look at? So, are you're day trading this, Lawrence? Because I can think of some. Oh, you got stopped out twice. Okay, well, let's look at the smaller time frame. Let's look at a 15-minute. Let's look at the open bar today. This is common in a lot of markets. They pushed it up into the open. So we went part way back into this drop. That's Monday. That's the earlier Eurozone. Yeah. Let's look at the 10-minute chart. That makes more sense. So the first 10-minute range pushed back into resistance. The second 10-minute range closed lower. So 20 minutes into the session, yeah, I mean, obviously I've got a particular system. I don't use indicators and so on. I think, I mean, if you weren't shorting up here at this pre-open resistance, if you just look at support and resistance on that, it was having a problem with 91.85, only just breached that at the open, and then started closing lower. So you just need to get as high as you possibly could, I think. If you came into the market with the intention of shorting this, then I would suggest you just get short as high as you possibly can, even right into the open on these, because you quite clearly broke down 20 minutes into that session. So even 20 minutes into session, 1995 was available for you to short down to that 88. Why would you? I wouldn't go long anything at the moment. Yeah, you need to come to my presentation on Thursday. I'll send you a link to that now, actually. I'll show you what I do on Thursday. Some really good speakers the rest of the week anyway. But I'm going to be talking about oil and we talk about Dow, but all of this applies to stocks as well. I was just looking at Nasdaq stocks, pump and dump, and not a lot going on there. There's so much activity on even the big stocks, let alone the small pump and dump stocks. Let's look at Andy's SQZ. Let's go back to the daily. You know, even though these markets are really weak, as I'm sure Andy knows only too well, this is a good opportunity to build your scan list up. Anything that can hold up in this environment is going to do really well when the markets are in a better mood. Okay, very interesting chart. Let's have a look at this range. So we had a high at 422. So back here in November last year, we were up there at 181. So we dropped out of here and then turned around. Let's have a look. So it was a big zone down here. Wrong tool, hang on. If I put this zone across here, so really nice support down there at 247. What do these guys do, Andy? I would have thought, given the market conditions we got, that could come back down to the 240, 250 area. We're only 280, we're not that far away. Oil and gas, okay, well that kind of changes things. Okay, if this is really bullish, maybe we'll only pull back into the 270 area. Obviously, because oil and gas is doing such a great sector at the moment. So I think we're likely to see 270, but possibly go back as far as, you know, even oil and gas stocks can fall right back. It's a good one. The other thing is the volume's not great. Let's take this off. We had really good volume into that resistance area, into the $3 mark. Oh, is this US or UK? Sorry, I didn't ask. UK, okay. Well, this is definitely going on my watch list then. Yeah, I need to look at this one. Yeah, thanks for bringing that to my attention, because that is, I would have, like I said, I would have thought we'd at least see 270. If we come down there and hold on volume, then I'd buy. Otherwise, I think if it keeps going lower, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see that down there at 245, 250. Because we've got this got a lot of red on the chart. Yeah, it's come down from quite a high, from 422 to 180. Ex-dividend on 30th, right? Okay. Well, that would make sense. We might see a lot more weakness into the end of the month. Yeah, that's let's have a look at the other energy sectors we've got. I've got on my list. Let's have a look. Where are they? Come on, energy. Here we go. Hello. Yeah, it's pulled right back into that trend line support and holding. Petrofact has dropped. That's or a little bit of buying on those lows. They're able to hold up the 20-day average. Sorry, the 50-day average at the lows. GKP. That went on a really nice journey. That saw a lot of selling. Yeah, that that's interesting. So I will definitely take a look at it. Let's look at the other commodity related stocks. Gem diamonds. Keep an eye on these. There's a lot of diamond buying going on, given the circumstances, the environment we've got at the moment. So keep an eye on that one. Elementis pulled right back into an area that I've been very interested in. Not going to buy that yet, but I'm interested in that one down there at 107. TP PI cap lower. Yeah, it's got that same very, very familiar look at it. Look on it at the moment. All right, anything else you want me to look at before I go? But I will definitely put Man Group. Okay, definitely put that SQZ on my list. Man Group. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. These are TPI cap and Man Group are high up my watch list. I tell you what, if we turn around and close above 242 anytime soon, I'd expect to see 270 quickly. I just think we're in a you long the small reversal. I just wouldn't do that. That's not in my system. Yeah, Lawrence. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you there on Thursday because I've got a very good presentation for you. So I hope you do join us. You too, Andy. There's a lot of great investors and day traders and fund managers on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So do sign up for that. Yeah, I need to keep a much closer eye on these guys because I think these are, yes, it is being recorded, yeah. Because I think these are good stocks that have had a good run and they're pulling back into key levels that I'm very interested in. So yeah, thanks for reminding me on that. I've got CTL. What do I put CTL on there for? I'm not interested in that one. Glencore, Fresnillo, or even Rio's pulled right back. Well, nothing's immune. Interesting how some of these good stocks have got little tails on them. So there was some buyers came in at some stage during that session, but it still closed lower on decent volume. Brilliant. I'm going to leave it there and just let you know. We've obviously got a busy week ahead of us with Fed on Wednesday, and got US retail sales on Wednesday as well. That's going to be interesting. All right, brilliant. Unless you've got anything else to me for look at in the next couple of minutes, I'll call it a day, and I'll be in touch as the week unfolds. Thanks, guys. Bye.